Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome back to my channel. We're back again in a new video reaction. Yesterday, it was reported that Mas Namodekano's legal team have sued. They have sued this crocodile leg, one dirty element called himself Reno Omokri, who has been committing nuisance for years now just because he wants all his sins against his fellow politicians. I don't know. I don't even know if he's a politician. He's just a kind of, one of the Richard and Bell media warrior of corrupt politicians. This guy has been saying all manner of nonsensical things against Igbo people, against anybody that from Southeast. He have attacked Igbo culture, Igbo food, Igbo language, Igbo marriage, Igbo, name it, everything, just because he want to please Afonja. He want to please not even Oduduwa people because he's far away from Oduduwa, real Oduduwa people. He just a class of Afonja student. One thing about Afonjas is that they will first of all, claim they are a graduate, they have gone to school. But when they behave themselves, when they try to show character, you see a different thing. Like Soyinka, upon all the award, upon all the education, all the his artwork and everything, he's still tribal bigot. The same thing with Reno Omokri. So yesterday, I was so happy to hear that Mas Namdekan's legal team have sued him, and even if I don't know if they're gonna win the case because it's Nigeria, right? And the man is agent of Nigerian corrupt system, so it's not about whether he will win the case or not, but at least for him to know that no matter what God they won't. You may be wondering why suing him. What has he done this time around? This man opened his gutter mouth and began to yap nonsense against Mas Namdekan, against IPOB, against ESN, against Biafran people, claiming that they are the one buying soldiers in the East and all that nonsense. Somehow I understand, if not that he has been saying other things, I wouldn't have bothered about this one. Because if I'm to challenge anybody about the claim that the Igbo people, the Igbo youth, are the one kidnapping, doing this and doing that, which I cannot tell you that they are not. But they are not the only one. And Fulani presence have actually, flamed everything. They have actually done a lot of harm. Yes, the criminals in our land, we also want to do their own. I understand. Why I will not start with Reno Omokri if I'm to sue people that are doing that? Like, I have to start internally because there's many Biafrans who claim that Samonek, Biafran Prime Minister, is this, is that, whereas he's not. Just like today, we have who claim that Ngozi Rebeze and Biafrans are terrorists. Nobody challenged her. So when you see a hero man saying the same thing, I won't bother. I have to start, my own worry internally. But Reno Omokri case is totally different from that. Why do I say so? What he represents. Many of you can agree that this man has been the problem of himself. Not one, not two, not three. In the name of getting back at Igbo people, talking down on Igbo people and doing all manner of nonsensical things just to get back at Igbo. This man has said a lot of nonsense. Attacking Igbo people for no just reason. Creating division between Igbo and other tribe, which I know that division have been in existence, but you donating yourself as ambassador of hatred is a no-no for me. That's why I said this lawsuit is long overdue. Yes, suing him is long overdue. So I will consider this as a long overdue sue. Like they're supposed to have sued him. Not only IPOB legal team, many people have supposed to have done that, but I don't know why. Maybe his own voodoo to take people's eyes and attention away from that have actually, is not succeeding when Mas Namdekan and his legal team is being mentioned, because they are the one now taking the bull by his horn. So let's go there and see what he said that actually triggered all this. So let us quickly start by scanning through the post of Aloy Jimago, the lead counsel. Okay, let us start from his post. He said, yesterday, Martin Kanu commenced a muscular legal action against Reno Omokri, seeking a retraction, apology, and damages for Reno Omokri, highly defamatory and prejudicial publications against Martin Kanu, IPOB and Indibo. Others like Reno Omokri should take note and be guided. So this lawsuit, like I said, it is long overdue. Yes, very, very long overdue. And I am 100% happy, 100% in support of this one. Very, very, very nice. And I believe that he will pay for this. Even if it's not, I know they may not send him to jail, but at least he need to pay heavily for damages. If he want to become, as corrupt as the politicians are, he want to support them and all that, good and fine. But he need to put his, money where he put his mouth. That's why I said that I love this one so much. All right. Now let us go to the post that he himself, Reno Omokri, made that triggered this lawsuit. So this is the publication from Reno Omokri. This is what he said, and this is from Sahara Reporter, as you can see here. This is from Sahara Reporter, and we are going to go through this post from Sahara Reporter. So the document of the loss, the court case and everything is here. Like this is the document from Masan Mekano's legal team, and the suit number is here, as you can see. Everything is intact. Now, they said, alleged defamation, IPOB leader Masan Mekano files 60 billion naira suit against Reno Omokri. Now, when you come down here, this is August 1st, 2025, as you can see here on the screen. Look at it here. He said, in the suit filed through his team of lawyers led by Special Counsel Aloy Ejimako, ESQ, that is Esquire, at the Enugu Judicial Division of Enugu State High Court, marked suit number E1034-2025. Kano sought for a retraction and apology from Reno, okay, from Omokri. The detained leader of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Martin Kano, has filed 60 billion suit against social media influencer Reno Omokri for an alleged defamatory and prejudicial publication against him, IPOB, and his tribe, Ndibo. Look at it. Like I said, the document is here. We're not going to go through it because it's going to take us a long time. But I trust our lawyer Jimak on this one. The suit, which commenced by right of someone under order 3, Rule 3 of the Enugu State High Court, is between Masamud Kano suing for himself and on behalf of the indigenous people of Biafra as plaintiff, and Reno Omokri as the defendant. Can, in a statement of fact, avoid that the plaintiff himself, that is Reno Omokri, is well-known public figure and the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, an organization advocates for the self-determination of the each people within the contraption Nigeria. He informed the court on or about 6/7, that is 6/7, that is 6th of I believe this is last month, July, yeah, because we are now in August. Okay, that's 6th of July. The defendant published or caused to publish in his verified Twitter X account. You know, this man, look at it here. Okay, you know what? Let us see if you can visit that his X account. I think that will help us to know what he said Let us read that in direct from Reno Omokri. I think that will help us to understand everything that happened there. This is Reno Omokri post. Let it just open first. Now, this is Reno Omokri post. Okay, here, this is the post that actually triggered everything, because the one we're reading now is a report from Sahara Reporter, but the direct write-up this good for nothing man said is here. He said, I hope, Metu Arewa watched the preview of P2B's interview with Iseu Kimbaloye. I don't know this person, to be honest with you, on Channels Television, where he was asked if he still believes that Mazam Makano deserved a political solution that will lead to his freedom, to which he responded that Mazam Makano's detention and trial does not make sense to him. What does that tell you? Reno Omokri is saying this thing, trying to, hit P2B, but listen, do you know how many Nigerian soldiers, police officers, customs, immigration, and prison officers, as well as NSCDC servicemen and women, have been sent to judgment by IPOB ESN? That's where the problem starts. You see this place? You see this IPOB ESN. After mentioning a series of security forces, departments, name it, he just mentioned a whole lot of them that he could mention. And when he was writing this, he mentioned that and he nailed it on IPOB ESN and unknown gunmen in the southeast, of which the majority has been from northern Nigeria. This is to trigger ethnic hatred. Like it could lead to ethnic war, because we know how northerners work, right? How they behave. Once you say this kind of thing, next thing is that, that kind of thing. Let us damn broom bank and whatever they normally say, to justify their action. Next thing you see is burning shop and buying people. And the ones that buy you in the north, you can't, no arrest, nothing. In the history of the northerners, nobody judge them if they buy anybody. Any Igbo people, of course, that is Igbo people is what they buy. Arewa, he said, do not, because of anger over President Tinubu's necessary reforms, give power to a man who believes in things that could lead to the end of Nigeria as one indivisible united nation under God. All these people are just very, very funny. And this publication have hit so hard in the minds of people that has conscience. Let us quickly touch the comment, maybe one or two comments. Let's see what he said. Of course, Afonjas will be here, I know. Why are you like this, Reno? Why are you trying to stir tribal tension over P2B's presidential ambitions? Why are you constantly trying to pit the North against him? This kind of rhetoric is dangerous and unnecessary. Leadership should be about competence and vision, not tribal division. This guy is trying to understand, give him benefit of that. You understand? The kind of making him to see reasons why he should not do what he's doing, what he knows how to do best. Jacob said, I have always said it that if P2B becomes president, it is either Nigerian disintegrate or we end up in a war. That is his mission, in my opinion. Dumbest of them all. Okay, and like I said, I don't wish the P2B to rule Nigeria. The reason is because of the mindset of these people. Once the inflation or whatever, even if little challenges that Nigerians face in 1 week under Buhari or under Tinubu, if they face that, if the challenge they face in 1 week, just 1 week, if they face that challenges in 1 year under P2B, they'll burn everywhere, because they don't be, this is the reason why many of you don't know that the reason why Nigerian government set panel of inquiry and trying to arrest people because of Lekki Toll Gate is because Igbo people are involved. If that thing happened, if Lekki Toll Gate or not SARS, during the time of SARS, SARS protest, yes. Had it been that Igbos refused to join, nobody would have been fired. Nobody would have been, I mean, they would, because they do all this nonsense just to justify that Igbos are this, and this is hatred. And when you say let them go, you say no. P2B, you and your utterances represented divisible Nigeria. You are an IPOB sympathizer and you don't pretend about it. Your mission is dead on arrival and you will never, I repeat, you will never be the president of our great country, Nigeria, not even in this generation. Not even in not even in this next generation. You will never be. There are prominent and reputable leaders in the Southeast that if one of them decides to become the president today, that person will get overwhelmingly support from the whole country. That is, we know how they roll. I am not promoting P2B or Igbo person to contest anything, but this Nigerian that they are pushing and yapping about, you can see Tunde, Akirele, these are Afonjas everywhere. And the best thing that will happen to Igbo people is to distance yourself from them. When we talk about freedom, we don't miss word. The reason is because I already know, like many of you know, even themselves they know. A good Igbo man is that Igbo man who always call his youth and Igbo people criminals and condemn them for their innovation and their hard working to build a sustainable society, to build themselves. A good Igbo man, a good politician in their eyes, is that Igbo man that undermine Igbo people development and their technical know-how and pretend that they are causing nuisance, they are selling fake drug, they are the product of the nation. That's a good Igbo man for them. A good Igbo man that this man is talking about is those Igbo people that want to send fighter jets on communities in Igbo land just to prove that Igbo people are subjected and hell-bent in making sure that Yorubas and Fulanis are happy. That's it. Like Hope Uzodinma, like Nnaya Wodo, like Joy Bugwe, okay? Or like Ijele Speak, like Ikeguru Ago. These are the good Igbo man. These are the well-reputable Igbo person they're talking about. Not your academic, not when they say reputable Igbo people or decent or whatever they want to use, is those ones who want to buy you because of you are Igbo, so that you remain slave and servant. Sometimes I feel like, during this time of slave trade, I believe Igbo people, they get themselves involved in so many crimes about that. So I believe that Igbo people need to look for a way to carry out some cleansing, because it is not ordinary. There's people who are not even up to you, are the one working hard and doing everything to sabotage, not to sabotage, to enslave you, to put you in bondage. So does it mean, don't you think that God is trying to actually call the people attention to see a way to do some cleansing and retrieve their steps in this issue of Osu, caste, and all this? Because when we talk about this, people begin to think that you are this, you are that, you are trying to, that kind of what I'm saying. I'm not here for that, but truth be told, what is going on in Igbo land, what is happening to us is not ordinary. I don't believe it is ordinary, because it is very, very clear that it is deliberate. Now, according to Standard Reporter, they say certain statements concerning the plaintiff forcefully alleging that the plaintiff and IPOB were responsible for the tying of soldiers, police and officers, and other security personnel, as well as acts of violence attributed to social call on no government, to so-called on no government. The said publication is reproduced below in its original nature. Do you know how many Nigerian soldiers, police officers, custom, immigration, and prison officers, as well as NSCDC servicemen and women have been sent to judgment by IPOB, ESN, or no government? So when he made this post, with this comment, because Sarah Reporter just repeated what he said here, just to highlight to the general public that this is the line that this guy chose that actually put him in a very big mess now. And I hope that mess is not something that he can get out of it anytime soon. Reno and Omokri have done a lot of nonsensical things against Igbo people, against humanity. And he needs to be questioned, he needs to be challenged. That's why I love what I'm seeing about this. Honestly, I love it. Now, my people, I'm not going to make the video to be too long. I just want to bring it to you that there's so many reasons why everybody needs to support this move. So many reasons. One of it is what I just told you. His utterances, his activities against, he pinned Igbo people as his own primary duty. In fact, he has grown his Twitter handle so big because of pinning on Igbo people. And one thing about Igbo people is that they don't, they shy, you know, and that's why when I see Yoruba people saying that they are more civilized, I laughed. Do you know that if you open a platform today, begin to pin on the Yoruba people today, you will grow your platform as well. You understand? But they will end up report that account and make sure that they put you down. Igbo people don't do that. They don't do that. And what they do is just to keep on looking at, you know, stop this now, stop this now. The only time Igbo people have strength to challenge them is when anytime it has to do with their own brother. You see how they organize Master McConnell's wife and the IPOB, DOS, Green White Green movement. How they organize themselves and design a platform, the so-called petition, encouraging people to go and sign and sign and sign. And these are one of the things that they reported to Finland. That's why each time I want to blame Finland, somehow I feel to channel my energy on my own brothers that are perpetrated that act, because Finland was waiting to hear from Igbo people, Igbo descent, until Danko Chukwu surfaced and Master Mekano's wife and rest of them begin to commit all manner of crimes in name of reporting Simon Ekpa and Biafrans. Today they are all hiding. Any claim, any crime going on in our land today, they don't talk. They kept quiet. Fulani invade anybody, they don't talk. Kidnappers, they don't say anything. Because the mission is to get PM out of the way so that they can sleep with their two eyes closed. Abomination. Abominable act. Anyway, my people, please tell me what you think about all we have discussed and make sure you like the video. Thank you so much. I hope you capture the information very well. Please like the video and share it on any platform of your choice. See you again.